So AJ Hinch was on the John, and we haven't heard much out of AJ, if you want to know the truth, especially about this subject. They steered, I don't know why you talk to AJ Hinch right now with, the Tigers, because they're awful, and it's difficult to really talk Tigers baseball right now. But they did steer it to, the scandal in 2017, and John Heyman was like, "Hey, I thought you got a raw deal." So I think that you are, it was bad for you and all. And AJ said, "No, listen, I got it. I got what I deserved. It was bad. I was at the helm. I'll always say this, no matter what. I was the one. I was responsible. I was the manager. So it was bad, and I deserved what I got. So I'm not going to ever, ever, ever say that. I mean, I'll say that to my grave." And you know what? Good for him. He's taken accountability. He apologized. He got another job. As opposed to the way Luno went about it. As a country, if you apologize and you're sincere in your apology, for the most part, we will forgive you.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part. As opposed to the way Deshaun is going about it, as opposed to the way that Jeff Luno went about it.
Yeah, Trevor Bauer.
Trevor Bauer. Yeah, Trevor Bauer fought it.
Deshaun and Trevor don't want to admit any guilt, like they did anything wrong. And they will pay the price. I think, to another extent, I think there's a big difference between the way Roger Clemens was looked at and treated and Andy Pettitte. Because they approached it way differently too.
Yep, absolutely.
Andy Pettitte came out and said, "I had injury, I was trying to recover," and Roger was very was deflecting of everything. And it is true. Like, people want you to be, if you do wrong, they want you to be contrite.
Well, here's the deal though, is with Trevor Bauer and with Deshaun, if you feel like you did nothing wrong, I'm going to defend myself. And Roger Clemens said, "I'm going to defend myself." And you know what? If people in the court of public opinion,
exactly,
if you're wrong, if they think you're, I don't care what you say.
You can't defend yourself in court of public opinion. There's nothing Deshaun could say, Trevor Bauer could say, Roger, in this particular instance. Once people have their minds made up based on the information they have, it's you're not going to change anything. The only way you change things is if you humble yourself.
Right. AJ was also asked, and this is an important question, is the legacy of these players. Joel Sherman asked him, the legacy of these Astros, now that they're still winning, so is it going to change the way, the perception going forward, since they've been to 6 straight ALCSs, won 2 World Series, been to 4 World Series? Is it going to change the perception of 2017 that we know that the Astros are still good?
Well, I think two things can happen at the same time. I mean, one, it was wrong. It continues to be wrong, and we, will always have this question around 2017. I also think you can say these guys are really good players. There's a really good system there. It was built, brilliantly. The additions after the fact have been really good. There's been a long run of success, of winning in that organization, and rightfully so, with the talent that is in that organization, on the field, off the field, all around that club.
They've done a hell of a job. And even without buzzers, without trash cans, all you haters, you can suck it, okay? The Astros are great. The Astros have been great. The Astros were great in 2017. A lot of guys didn't use the trash, all of it. Here it is. It does validate. I thought this title validated this Astros team. Will Jose Altuve be a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah, I do.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that
even after another title?
Even after another title. I'm not sure that Jose Altuve, even after, and I think they're realizing, and especially in New York City where a lot of the writers are, and where, everything, they are admitting finally, hey, get off Altuve. Hey, Altuve is really, really good. All of these things about Altuve. I still think, baseball writer, man. Baseball writer is
they're
holier than thou.
They're the worst.
It is. They really are. Baseball writer is so condescending to everybody and everything. I really don't. I don't think he's going to be a first ballot. I do think he'll get in maybe after a couple 3, but I think that there will be there will be a bunch of writers who say, "Hey, idiots! Jose Altuve deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Stop, get off of your high horse, and vote him in." I think it's going to take a campaign, if you want to know the truth.
Roberto Alomar was not a first ballot.
No.
He's spitting in an umpire's face.
Yep.
That's pretty egregious. That might be now. That's literally spitting in someone's face versus the question about whether or not and players from the team have come out, and there has been some movement here with other people believing that Jose Altuve was not. We've even seen writers say Jose Altuve was not involved in this. AJ Hinch could talk about it if he wants to, but I do think that you may be right that it's like, I don't care. One of your titles was, I don't care how involved you were. One of your titles was from cheating, so you can't get in on the first ballot. I think you may be right. I think there's going to be writers who just basically say, Jose Altuve, you were part of a cheating organization. You're a Hall of Famer, but we're not letting you in on the first ballot. That probably is going to happen. You're probably right.
Yeah, I think there is.
He's an easy first ballot Hall of Famer, and yet they've got to teach him a lesson.
That's right, because there was no punishment. According to, just about every national writer feels like the Astros got off easy. All the players got off. Nobody was faced suspension. The only ones who got it were Luno and Hinch, and they deserve and he deserves some type of punishment. And this is going to be it. And maybe they won't ever vote for him because of it.
I have a hard time thinking that's the case.
Well, there are cheaters, alleged cheaters that still aren't in.
Show me
were the greatest in the game.
Show me the years that Jose Altuve cheated.
Yeah.
Show me the years. You've got the steroid guys have expanded seasons. There's clear delineation of when their performances really elevated at a certain time of their career. With Jose Altuve, you can't find that. Jose Altuve had 200 hits in 15, 200 hits in 16. Like you can't find it with Jose Altuve where there's a clear marker where, oh, look at this, look how he cheated. His road stats, his road splits were way better than his home splits that year. Right. So you don't have that. That's the difference. Is just a simple, basic, cursory look at the numbers would tell you that he did not benefit.
No.
Unless this is going on in, 14.
Yeah.
When they were losing, close to 100 games.